It is the 13th day of September 2022, and yes, it is another interesting segment of the newspaper review here on TAP TV. My name is Cyril Aloysius, and of course, you're very much welcome to join me. Looking at the papers with me today is someone who knows a thing or two about politics. That's Mr. Sunny Gomora. You're very much welcome to join me, sir.
Thank you
Yes.
and good morning.
Good morning. Thanks for stopping by. And the first paper we'll be taking a look at today is the Nigerian News Direct. And amongst the headlines here in Nigerian News Direct, we have multiple registration. Multiple registration. Inec deletes 1.1 million invalid registered voters. Multiple registration. Inec deletes 1.1 million invalid registered voters. Okay, that's on page 2 of the Nigerian News Direct. Another interesting headline here says 2023, be wary of politicians seeking frivolous court injunctions, Abiodun tells judiciary. 2023, be wary of politicians seeking frivolous court injunctions, Abiodun tells judiciary. Okay, and next amongst the headlines here we have Ecobank Group appoints new CEO as Nigeria's Ade Ayeyemi retires. Ecobank appoints new CEO as Nigeria's Ade Ayeyemi retires. Okay, another one says FG inaugurates $200 million World Bank backed ideas project. FG inaugurates $200 million World Bank backed ideas project. Next here we have no traditional ruler has rights to paramountcy claim in Ondo. No traditional ruler has rights to paramountcy claim in Ondo, according to government. Lastly, here in Nigerian Direct, we have anti-labor law. Anti-labor law strike looms in aviation sector. Anti-labor law strike looms in aviation sector. That's on page 2 of the Nigerian News Direct. Okay, Mr. Sunny, how would you like to react to these headlines?
I think what catched my interest is the INEC.
Okay.
The news on INEC. INEC say they are deleting 1.1 million invalid registered voters.
Yeah.
But I had to go down and read the whole story, and it's not just an invalid registered voters. Like INEC said, there were some people that had multiple registrations.
Okay.
You know, understand? Some maybe incorrect address. You know, there are so many itches to why they want to delete this 1.1 million voters. And for me, INEC was also saying that they are going to prosecute some individuals. You understand? So I kept wondering. I was laughing like, where are the prisons? Do we have the prisons? Because the number is huge. You know, if I were in INEC's position, what I would have done was to create more or less a call center for INEC. You understand? And get to meet these registered voters, like call them, because they have their data. Yes, they have their database. You understand? Find out why someone is registering.
Okay.
Maybe there was a problem of maybe you losing your card, even though they were trying to solve these issues. And you know, a lot of Nigerians are yet not computer compliant. You understand? So I think INEC have their data, they have their phone numbers. So they would have created a unit in INEC that would have been able to meet these individuals directly. Call them through the state offices to come back to the offices and help them rectify. Because 1.1 million is not 100 number.
That's a lot of,
yes.
Of
so
persons.
Automatically and disenfranchising some people from voting.
Yes.
That's as it is now, as it were. You understand? So they should have just looked for a way to correct these abnormalities.
Okay, Mr. Victor, Mr. Sunny, just before we move straight to our next paper, how do you see this affecting the elections next year? I mean, this is 1.1 million invalid registered voters. Okay, now we're talking about that's a lot of persons.
I'm afraid, because this utterance from INEC could bring like 101 interpretations from the parties. You understand?
Okay.
So moving forward, you are going to see interpretations and reactions from the parties concerning this, because you know Nigeria, once there's any headline or any little thing that has to do with allegation or something,
Mm.
everybody, the first thing that everybody's mind will move towards is corruption.
Okay.
You understand? And people will begin to accuse INEC like, oh, you're trying to do something. You're trying to, you don't want us to win this election. You know, like
Okay.
they'll start saying INEC is trying to take sides. You
Okay.
understand? So
Okay.
I think this whole thing is something that INEC can resolve if they really want to resolve it.
Okay. Let's not dwell much on the Nigerian News Direct. Let's move straight now to the Vanguard, where we have amongst the headlines in Vanguard on page 5. This one says 2023 Akeredolu, Gumi differ in same fate ticket. 2023 Akeredolu, Gumi differ in same fate ticket. That's on page 5 of the Vanguard. And next on page 8 of the Vanguard, we have PDP crisis. PDP crisis. Wike keeps party leaders guessing. PDP crisis. Wike keeps party leaders guessing. Okay, you can get all the details of that headline on page 8 of the Vanguard. And next on page 9 of the Vanguard, we have no fund for 2023 election petition tribunals as court president laments. No fund for 2023 election petition tribunals as court president laments. That's on page 9. And on page 8, we have Save My Life. Akeredu's daughter appeals for kidney donation. Save My Life. Akeredu's daughter appeals for kidney donation. That's a sad one coming from page 8 of the Vanguard. And next on page 7, we have passengers stranded as workers. Sorry, aviation bills. Passengers stranded as workers protest anti-labor clauses. That's on page 7. Aviation bills. Passengers stranded as workers protest anti-labor clauses. Okay, that's on page 7. And on page 9, we have 2023 polls. Chance to turn around nation's fortunes, according to CAN. 2023 polls. Chance to turn around nation's fortune. That's according to CAN. And lastly, on the Vanguard for today, we have ASU strike. Court differs hearing on FG suit till Friday. ASU strike. Court differs hearing on FG suit till Friday. That's on page 9 of the Vanguard. Okay, that's the much we can take in the Vanguard. You want more details on this headline? Get a copy of the Vanguard for yourself. Mr. Sunny, how do you react to these headlines?
Okay, I want to talk about Akeredu's daughter and Akeredolu.
Okay.
You know, Akeredolu is the governor of Ondo State. And you know, a lot of Nigerians are not really happy with the PDP, with the Muslim tickets in APC.
Yes.
And the Gumi saga and all the rest. You understand? So he's basically appealing to Nigerians that Nigerians should not see, should look beyond religion and vote APC. Looking at the achievements of the person that is running for the position of the presidency.
Which now leads us to ask, would he have said this if it was a Christian ticket?
Akeredolu is a Christian. He's saying that why he's fighting for Tinubu, like why he's supporting and saying that people should vote Tinubu, is because he wants the presidency to come to the southwest. Because if it comes to the southwest, it's automatically also a win for the south. You understand? And part of his reason is that the presidency the outgoing president has been ruling, or will be ruling for 8 years, and is like all northern whatever, that is not supposed to still be in the north. You understand? So that brings me to the thought that these people sometimes they're not just thinking about competency. Is this person qualified to rule us? Does this person have the the knowledge and the capacity to rule this nation. So it's just basically about their interests and what they stand
But
to gain.
shouldn't competency be the main thing when it comes to ruling?
Yes, competency should be the main thing. You understand? Because we've seen in this country where presidential candidates don't come for national debates.
Okay.
The present president did not come for the national debate. Because these debates and interviews, like even Tinubu that is vying for the president now, you can see that he has not been doing any press interview.
Okay.
He has not been granting press interviews.
Okay.
So what does this state to you? A president that wants to rule a country, when you are vying for any position, you are supposed to grant interviews.
Interviews, yes.
Do community gatherings, go there so that people can ask you questions. You should be able to tell the people, okay, this is what I want to do, this is where the country is, and this is where I want to take the country to.
These are the plans currently on
Which
ground
we've not been seen, yes.
Yes.
Which we've not been seen.
Yes.
And I don't want to call him. You can see that there's only a particular candidate that has been doing this, going around talking to people's senses. Because if you have a genuine intention for the people, you should have your goals clearly written out.
Yes.
You understand? People should know what
you should be transparent enough.
Yes. So that is where we are today. So them saying, okay, even Nigerians are saying this particular person have health issues, is old, he should rest. You are saying no, that is all about the only reason I could see in everything he was saying today in today's papers is that he just wants the president to come to the south. It's our turn.
So it's now a matter of it's our turn. It's no
Yes,
longer a matter
it's our
of who is ready, who is more competent to lead the country.
Yes.
That's a very, very sad one. Okay, we'll be going now straight to our next and last paper, which is Daily Sun, where we have here on page 6. This one says, Tinubu Obi clash as Atiku faces editors. Tinubu Obi clash as Atiku faces editors. Okay, and next on page 26 we have in Daily Sun. This one says, Angry Senate moves against oil thieves. Angry Senate moves against oil thieves. Urges security forces to go after them. That's on page 26. And on page 26 as well, we have Wike taunts Amechi. Wike taunts Amechi, challenges him to enter presidential villa. Wike taunts Amechi, challenges him to enter presidential villa. That's on page 26. And next on page 3, we have King Charles III continue to maintain affection for Nigeria. That's according to British High Commissioner. King Charles III continued to maintain affection for Nigeria, according to British High Commissioner. That's on page 3. And next on page 28, we have 2023 elections. Opportunity to turn Nigeria's fortunes for good, according to CAN. That's on page 28 of Daily Sun. And on page 6, we have Akeredolu begs Christians over Muslim ticket. Okay, that's on page 6. We already heard that already in the last paper. And next on page 28, we have Kudos knocks over FG's suit against ASU. Kudos knocks over FG's suit against ASU. That's on page 28. And on page 2, we have Lekki Deep Sea Port kicks off operation on September 16th. Lekki Deep Sea Port kicks off operation on September 16th. That's on page 2 of the Daily Sun. And lastly, on page 27, we have outrage. Anger trailed deadly attack on Senator Uba. Outrage. Anger trailed deadly attack on Senator Uba. That's on page 27 of the Daily Sun. Okay, these are the much you can take in the newspapers for today, Mr. Sunny. What do you make of these headlines before we call it today?
Okay, I wanted to talk about Akeredolu's Madu's daughter before this paper. You know, yesterday I was reading what she published on her Instagram about her asking Nigerians to come forward to donate a kidney to her. You know, reading through the comments and reactions of Nigerians, it was so pathetic. You know, there was no place of empathy. It just shows that Nigerians are tired. Like somebody was even wrote and said, please don't disturb us. So Nigeria is too tough. all this money your father has been stealing since, why didn't he build a kidney hospital in Nigeria so that you people will not be going abroad for kidney this thing? You know, different. That I was reading it, the comments yesterday, I was just speechless.
But
I
Mr.
said,
Sunny,
God.
would you really blame those Nigerians who reacted that way?
No, you won't blame them because everybody is upset. You know, if we have good healthcare systems, look like in the UK, like 30% of the doctors there are Nigerians, the nurses. I have friends who have left this country, medical practitioners. I have friends that have left to go work in the UK, and they did not go to the embassy to apply. They just applied online. The healthcare facilities called them,
Okay.
gave them sponsorship visas, and that was how they left.
But personally, I don't think I would blame those Nigerians who reacted the way they reacted. I mean, the state of the country right now is a mess, and of
The
course,
medical health system, and you know, in Nigeria, we don't even
nothing to write home about.
People are not even earning money that can even that is good enough for their upkeep, not to talk about health insurance. How many Nigerians can do health insurance? Just few, except those that are working in the civil service that have proper health insurance. Those in the private sectors, if you want to do health insurance, you do on your own, except maybe for some big companies that is embedded in their contracts. Okay. You understand? So it's really tough. So that yesterday I was reading the reactions. I said, God, Nigerians have lost it. There's no more empathy for anybody here.
I don't blame them. I don't blame them for that. I don't blame them, honestly.
Then I want to also talk about Wike. You know, whether we like it or not, Wike has become a force in the PDP that must be appeased.
Not just in the PDP per se, a force politically in Nigeria to be reckoned with.
So if he's not appeased, I don't see PDP winning this South, because PDP already has like 5 governors or 4 that is behind him. You understand? So they should just find a way to meet his demands.
You feel Wike has what it takes to bring the downfall of your PDP?
Yeah, he has it too. He has the connections. And he has the money. He has been funding the party before now. And you cannot bite the hand that feed you.
And it's like currently he is the face of PDP right now.
He's the mover and shaker of PDP. And he has told them that if you want to lose the election, I will help you lose the election. For somebody to be a member of your party and is saying it with authority that I'm going to help you people to lose the election.
Then that should tell you how unshaken and unperturbed he is.
So I'm just praying that I know we'll see upsets in these elections. You understand? Because you can see that Nigerians have woken up. Nigerians have Nigerians have woken up to their responsibility in terms of participation. You understand? So, and I think it's the hunger that's causing it.
Not just the hunger per se, the hunger, the insecurity in the country right now.
So Nigerians have woken up. So I'm telling people that a lot of senators are sitting there, they will not go back. Because some people have been there since Obasanjo's time. Like all those Remi Tinubu them that they have, is like the seats, they carry it to their house and carry it back. It's their birthright. So I will not be surprised if people like that don't return.
Okay. Mr. Sunny, thank you so much for your time with us today. Unfortunately, this is where we have to draw the curtain on the program for today. Thank you so much for stopping by. And of course, I also want to say a big thank you to you who have been watching us up until this time. I say a big thank you to you, because without you, we would not be here. That is a fact. But unfortunately, everything that has a beginning has an end. And this is where we have to draw the curtain on the newspaper review for today, the 13th of September. 2022. My name is Cyril Aloysius once again, and please don't forget to follow us on our social media platforms. You can check us out on YouTube, we're at TAF TV. Check us out on Instagram, we're at TAF TV_NG. On Facebook, we're at TAF TV, and on Twitter, we're at TAF TV. Okay, and this is how to join the curtain on the program for today once again. Until we come here again next time, do have a blessed and wonderful day. It's bye for now.